straight men, if you're listening, this episode contains strong themes of feminine violence.
Welcome to Something Feral, the podcast where three friends watch, eat, and talk trash. We're your hosts. I'm Kate.
I'm Brianna.
I'm relaxed, Blaze, today.
Good for you.
It's that color.
Oh, the color?
Yeah,
the
I feel like it's
color?
just like a really relaxing green.
It's my color. What's the thing with the colors where you pick the color?
Oh,
for your
color
skin?
analysis?
That's it.
That's why it looks so good on you.
Thank you.
It really does.
I'm
It
a
does.
soft summer, apparently, which means like pastels, which I'm like a pastel girly, like
Not
inside, but I guess it looks good. Thank you.
It's funny that you say it makes her look relaxed because she's wearing like camo pants. It's like
The listeners don't know that.
Not camo.
Sergeant Blaze.
You know, it is an unfortunate combination.
Cadet Blaze.
Cadet Blaze.
I hate
Lieutenant
that.
Blaze.
How dare you?
Brigadier Blaze.
Keep going.
I don't know, Brigadier General Blaze? Lieutenant Commander Blaze?
You know more. Don't lie.
I don't know. That's all I got.
Lieutenant Colonel.
Did I say that?
No, I didn't.
No.
Brigadier is wild. Okay, Jasper. He's already here. Is he out of mourning?
Wow.
I was giving you compliments like you were a Union soldier or a member of our esteemed military. But if you want to go the Jasper route,
I don't. No, thanks.
you don't want to be a member of the Confederate Army.
Not on my to-do list, no.
That's good. That's
Solid plan.
Because that would be a hard line in a friendship.
Folks, we have a sad update to provide.
Blaze has joined. What are they called?
Nothing. They don't exist.
Confederacy?
No,
Yeah.
but like we're the Yankees. Like, what were they called? I can't remember.
The
Confederates.
They didn't even have a cool name.
No.
No.
Losers in every
Literally.
way.
No, literally.
Wow.
The rebels.
Yep. Please.
Oy, 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 oy.
Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah.
How did we get here?
Let's just start over.
I don't think we need to start over.
No. I'm just gonna jump in. I know you have some top of the order things.
Yeah, nothing wild, though.
You do.
I have a conspiracy theory that I have been munching on,
Munchin?
just like thinking, noodling on. You know what I mean?
Munchin.
Noodling and munching. I don't know what's worse.
I'm just hungry all the time, so
yeah.
it's just what's on my mind. And it is about the portrayal of wealthy individuals in television and like fictional media.
There's a conspiracy?
Oh no, this doesn't. I mean, if it's out there, sorry, I think I just invented it, or I'm gonna act like I invented it.
It's my conspiracy.
It's my conspiracy. And this is specifically about fictionalized wealthy characters. Like, this is not like the news. There's no conspiracy here about the news.
I was going to say, like, by definition. Well,
Right.
but anyway.
Yeah. So there's always this like sort of vibe or already existing conspiracy of like, oh, like the wealthy elite in Hollywood are like, you know, they're doing all this bad thing, or like they're using this to brainwash us and blah, 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 right? This is not that. What I think what's really happening, right? This is my theory, is that Hollywood and the like, you know, stars are trying to trick us, and they are brainwashing us. And that is because I cannot think of a single wealthy fictionalized character that at some point in their storyline isn't actually just miserable. Like, rich people are always portrayed as like, oh, I'm so rich, but I'm so sad.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I'm like involved in fraud and like I'm actually going to go to jail, or like, oh yeah, I'm a billionaire, but like my daddy didn't love me enough. Like, there's always like a catch, or like, oh yes, I'm so wealthy, but my husband cheats on me. There's always some like, oh, like the grass isn't always greener on the other side, right? Like, that's kind of part of fictionalization of wealth, right?
Or is it just the human condition?
No, I think it's garbage. What I think is that that's what they're brainwashing us into, is like, guys, we're rich, but we're really sad. You don't want to be rich. You don't want to be rich because you know what?
Oh, so
Money
we
doesn't
stay
buy
poor.
moneyness doesn't buy happiness. Like, look how
No.
rich I am, and I'm still so sad. No, you're not.
I have a counter.
No,
to
you're
that.
not. I don't think that they're that sad.
No,
see what you mean.
like money.
Yeah, stay poor.
Yeah, money.
Right.
Yeah, like, oh, I can show you sad. Like,
Yeah.
No, like money can buy happiness because it buys you
Absolutely.
like freedom and like the ability to do what you want.
I always
Exactly.
hated that saying. Makes me very
That's what
happy
I'm talking
to
about. It's
have
like, that's what I
money.
think like the Hollywood elites
Okay.
are trying to trick us into, is like, oh no, you don't want to make more money because then you'll just be sad.
I get it, but it's dumb.
Yeah.
They are happy.
And like, I'm sorry. Well, okay,
The OC is what made me realize this.
I have two counters to
Okay.
this. One, I actually kind of disagree.
Oh.
Because I think wealth is made to be like super aspirational in America. Like, it's the American way, right? Like, we're all
Right.
supposed to like aspire to be like wealthy and like whatever. And it's
You need to be to live here.
yeah, I mean, you have to like have that belief if you want to like, you know, make it through each day.
Yeah. But I think it's like the new American dream.
What?
This again, like, instead of like, it's like propaganda. Like, they're like, oh, like, come here, you'll be wealthy. Like, if you work really hard, you'll be as rich as us. It's like, no, we won't.
No, I know that we're saying the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, wanting to be, like, independently wealthy and, like, thinking that you can be, like, wealthy on your own and, like, strike it rich on your own is, like, really beneficial for, like, wealthy people and corporations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because then it's like you're
They'll
not
keep trying.
like, right, and you're like still going at it, but you're not like, if you have that, like, you know, all that like bullshit, like rugged individualism, like that, you know, like the Western like cowboy thing, like that's really like in right now. But it's like, yeah, because like if you believe in rugged individualism instead of like, oh, I don't know, like getting together with your coworkers and like demanding raises together and like refusing to like withholding your labor if like they don't, like that is bad for like super wealthy people and corporations, because then like you have power. But if you just like believe that like you're really special and like you're an individual and like your rugged individualism will like make you rich, like that's what they want to sell. Like, that's what I think they want to sell. Because that keeps you, like, in the machine, but it also, like, keeps you alone, like, and isolated.
This
and,
is
like,
not that deep.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking,
I'm going too far.
This is too much.
Okay.
I'm talking about, like, even in sitcoms. Like, where it's like, you know, like,
okay.
I'm not talking about, like, big school, like, yeah, obviously, like, you know, but I'm talking, like, Desperate Housewives is a great example. Like, all these women live these wonderful, perfect lives, but no, they're not.
More
They're
money,
not
more problems.
perfect.
Haven't you heard?
Like, and that's like the OC
Okay.
too, is like, oh, I'm so rich, but I'm really not.
But how boring would fictional TV be if all of them were just like happy
happy.
and chilling?
Yeah,
well,
all of them have to
What
be.
kind of garbage show would that be?
I am not saying
That would actually make me. That's why they don't have that on TV, because the masses would get too mad. Like the working class would rise up if we just saw like Marissa Cooper just like
Chilling
being
on the
a brat
beach
and
every
like
day.
thriving. Yeah, Julie and Jimmy Cooper
In a loving
are happy
marriage.
together. Yeah, like
All I'm saying-
but still scamming people. Like that would cause like a revolution. Like they can't have that.
I just mean more so like, it's just like, I cannot think of one fictional like character that was happy and rich.
Well, yeah. I mean, again,
Like,
like,
I'm
what
just
show
saying-
would that be?
But again,
They're
you can
happy
just have
rich people.
one
No one wants to
character. It
watch
doesn't have to be the main character.
I don't want to
It
see
could be
that.
the side character.
Boo!
Yeah, I don't want to watch that.
I know, and they know you don't.
No, fuck that. I don't want to watch that.
I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think it would just be boring.
Yeah, it would suck, and I don't want to. And again, back to my theory, it would inspire the masses too much.
Yeah, we can be rich and happy. Revolt.
All right, yeah, it's time to organize all of our workplaces. Like,
Yeah, but like seriously, think about it. You've never seen a rich, happy person.
I also think that there is like some element of like truth in that, like, if you are so rich, like that you are above like accountability in a lot of ways, like I think that leads to unhappiness, because then like you don't really like experience a range. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think that's like, some people don't need that.
No, I think if you're like
Not everybody needs.
No,
that.
I think if you're like rich and stupid, you're probably really happy.
Yeah.
Like deeply stupid and insanely rich, like you're probably so happy.
Like the Righteous Gemstone family.
yeah. Yeah, that's a good example.
Thank you. So that was my top of the order, was my conspiracy theory.
Interesting.
Thank you.
I also think it would just be bad TV.
I can't disagree with that.
Yeah, no one wants to watch rich, happy people.
No.
Boo.
Boo.
We want to see a criminal ruining the community with his bad deeds.
Yeah.
I think that's also why we like reality TV, like as a species.
Oh, I always said it's fucked up, but it makes me feel better
Yep.
when I watch people being way worse than me.
Yeah, but some
And it's
really, bad. Is it bad? I mean, that's what it's for, like, right?
That's true.
Also, I think some of the best reality TV is when, like, the original, like, okay, like Mormon Wives, which is coming back soon, and, like, Vanderpump Rules and Jersey Shore. Like, those three things all have in common. Like, those people all were just, like, normies who were, like, put on TV and then got rich. And I think that's a
Yeah.
good formula.
Yeah, because it's real.
Yeah, and, like, watching their, like,
I think everybody
Decent,
has like,
ascent.
they all have a timer on their story.
totally, yeah, like Vanderpump, like, I'm not watching that. I mean, people are still watching that, though. It's been on for forever.
I learned some trash about that show today. I
Did
know we're
you?
not there yet, but
Oh.
I can share it.
Oh, I don't know anything about it. I watched the scand of all of it all.
Let's hold it.
Okay,
Let's
we'll hold it.
Do your top of the order.
I'll
and
hold it
then-
until trash or treasure.
Oh, so Suki texted me. She was catching up with the pod.
Sucky! Sucky!
Suki gave me some feedback. She's been listening to the pod, and she texted me about the door thing, having my door taken off from slamming it. And she was like, that must be a McMurray thing, because her brother Sookie does have a brother. What's his name?
Jason.
Jason. I was like, it's a generic white guy name for sure. So my other cousin, Jason, she's like, that must have been a McMurray thing because Jason had his door taken off from slamming it all the time. And I was like, knew it. He was also the older sibling, one of two. I was like, yep.
Well, there you go, birth order. Yeah.
A universal punishment in the family, apparently, that I just learned
That was
about.
something I never had my door removed.
But your door's like 1,000 pounds. It was like a fancy
And a sliding door. Didn't you have a sliding door?
wasn't it sliding?
Oh, no.
Sliding door,
No,
no.
taking your door off would have been crazy. Yeah, you had that like...
Yeah.
I mean, your parents just didn't want to. Also, you probably weren't a door slammer. You didn't...
Also, they couldn't.
Yeah.
It was
I don't
like
think that door
heavy.
can slam.
I don't think the door could slam. I don't think you were a door slammer, and I don't think your parents wanted to take off the door. 3 very key things in like whether or not your door stays on. Like I was a door slammer, and my door could be easily removed, and my parents had no problem removing it.
I think I did it once and got in extreme trouble, and my mom did not play back then.
Yeah, well,
I would have never done it again.
not me. It didn't slow me down. I just found ways to work around it. One
Parents
thing
are
about
too
me,
soft.
yeah, I persist.
Right.
I would not agree with that statement. We will not be having them on the pod to discuss.
Maybe one day. Moving on.
That was it. That just,
yeah.
apparently that was a very common punishment.
In your family.
And yeah,
Maybe it's genetic.
genetic. Door
Like you
removal.
just have that like need to
Oh,
slam.
Yeah.
We have the urge. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like muscle memory.
The Kelly urge.
this would be the McMurray urge.
Excuse me.
You know, I'll have to talk to Jason because I think we do have a lot in common. And regulating our emotions as teens was not our strong suit.
Brianna, you didn't check if it was recording.
Yeah, I did. And I said
did?
it was, yeah.
Okay, I'm just...
Oh my God.
Well, actually, now you're going to watch back the recording and see if I actually said that. But I did check and it was
I
recording.
think I have severe PTSD.
Yeah, the last 2 times.
I don't think it's moderate. I think it's severe.
You need to be medicated.
Brigadier Blaze.
Speaking of pharmaceuticals,
Ooh.
I'm going to tell a mini feral behavior today. It's really not that exciting. It's just more annoying. So just for some context, I have an Oreo in my mouth.
Did you forget?
No, it just like... It emerged from my tooth and like fell into my
No.
mouth like a chunk of Oreo.
I was like swishing my spit around my mouth to get the Oreo pieces out. And then you had like the Oreo cream in your hair.
Yeah. Folks, the Oreos are an issue. They're really not a good treat.
They're
for
not
the
good
pod.
to eat before you're on camera.
No.
That's for sure.
So over the weekend, just for some context, I've been taking birth control on and off for 10 years. So I preface this. We're talking birth control, men. So men, if you're listening, feel free to stay and you might learn something.
Learn something.
Otherwise, scurry
For the
away.
love of God, learn something about a woman's body.
Yeah, please. I recommend you stay. Anyway, so again, I've been taking birth control on and off. I took estrogen for a while. And then in my later 20s, that's when it was like the tail end of us living together. I started getting these headaches, like worse than any migraine I've ever had. And I've had many migraines. And I started forgetting things and like losing memories. And what actually made me aware of that is Serena's husband, when they started dating, and I don't think I've ever told anyone this.
Exclusive. Something feral.
Yeah, this is
Breaking news.
this is breaking news. I realized it was an issue when I met him for what I thought was the first time, and then I realized that I'd known him because I dated one of his friends. I don't think he was one of the March Menaces. I don't remember.
No, he didn't make the cut.
Yeah, it was like a couple months. Like, but I'd met this man like many times in that like couple months, and like me forgetting who he was, someone that I had met several times. I'm like, I think I have a problem.
Right.
So I go to the doctor. They figure out the birth control was like causing mini strokes, and that
Oh, I
I
remember
was
this,
on
yeah.
the verge of having a real stroke.
I remember when we were living together that happening, but I didn't know the
Yeah.
Serena's husband part.
That's what made me realize. I'm like, it was putting all these pieces together. Like, I forgot this, and this. I'm like, I don't forget people like that. I don't maybe don't remember your name, but him I'd met.
He'd been around.
Yeah, like
we've known
many,
him for a
many
long time.
times. And I'm like, he looks so familiar. Like, why don't I remember him? And I'm like, then the headaches were getting closer and closer together. And I'm like, something ain't right. But anyway, so I started taking progesterone birth control because that, if you have any symptoms of anything, you should switch to that. But then it just makes you feel really sluggish and like kind of depressed. So I'm like, ugh, like I can't just like not be on it, like I need to be on it. So I just in the last 4 months switched to estrogen again, but on the lowest dose. And that's like important because I go to the pharmacy, and I won't say which one because I love this store, and it's no reflection on this store at all.
No, rough start.
So I get a text, I get a text when my prescriptions are done.
Right.
And I get this text, and it's not the same name as like the birth control that I am prescribed. So I look it up, and it's Plan B. And I'm like, that's weird. Like, you take the birth control, so you don't have to take the Plan B.
Right.
So I'm like Googling, and I'm like, I call, a lady answers. She's like, well, that's weird. I'm like, I don't know why that happened. Like, I don't know why that happened either.
Also, you don't need a prescription for Plan B anymore. Like, it's over the counter.
I didn't think so. And I'm just like, how did this happen? Like,
They probably can write prescriptions for it, I would imagine.
Sure,
I don't know.
But like, you can just go buy
Right,
it.
yeah.
But I'd like gotten it for a couple months, and then this happened. So I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, what's going on? And she's like, that's weird. And we just moved on. And then, a couple months went by and no problems. And then this past month, get a text, like this name again. I'm like, it's happened again. So I call, and a man answers, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
And I go, oh, hi, like, I'm trying to fill my birth control, and it's, glitched into this Plan B again. Can you fix that? And he goes, oh, it's just like a higher dose, but it's like the same thing. Like, it's fine. I'm like, huh? I'm like, woman speaking, I know that it's the same thing at a higher dose, but I need the months-long version.
Right.
I don't need the 4 pills or whatever the hell they are. Like,
Well, also, like, don't...
not what I need.
Yeah,
not the
what
same.
are you... Whatever. Okay, sorry, continue.
Not the same. He's like, and then I said that I very nicely said, oh, because I was in shock. I'm like, oh yeah, I know that, but I need the real birth control so that I don't have to take Plan B. That's the idea. And he's like, again, he said, oh, it's the same brand, whatever, but it's just like at a higher dose. And I'm like,
Oh my God. I'm going to that store.
I am aware.
I'm committing a crime.
I've started to feel insane.
Was this a pharmacist? Or like somebody that was in the pharmacy?
I
or
called
was...
the pharmacy. I don't know if it was a pharmacist. I
But
imagine
it was
a
somebody that was
technician.
in the pharmacy.
Yes.
Like, it wasn't
Yes.
just like some random employee that happened to answer the phone.
No. Like, this is a pharmacist. Yeah. And I go, again, I take this very specific dose, and then I had to get real because I'm like,
Right.
he keeps saying it, and I'm
Also,
like,
I need a fucking packet of birth control pills, not
Not
4
Plan B.
pills. Yeah,
Right.
not Plan B.
No.
Thank you. Oh my
Not what I
God.
need.
It's not like you can just like pop those and it's like
You
good for the
can't.
month.
Yeah, you can't just like take them every day. Like
they're
oh
not
my
the
God.
same, and there's not
No.
that many. So, and I'm like, I had to say it again. I'm like, sir, I take this very specific dose because I almost had a stroke. So if you could fill the dosage that I have on there and not something higher,
Right.
that would be great.
Also, that's not the same thing. Stop trying to give me Plan B. That's not what I asked for. That's not even right.
Right.
Like,
Not the same. And even if he was telling me, I think he was trying to say like this brand makes birth control, but he still kept saying it's at a higher dose. I'm like, I cannot take a higher dose or I will have a stroke. So can you please fill what I have on there? He's like, oh yeah, like it, we can find it. I'm like, thank you.
your literal job, you can find it. Yeah, you have to.
Now
Yeah.
I am a day out of my pills. You find that now,
Right.
please. And I did not say any of that, but Jesus fucking Christ.
I wish I wish I was surprised by any of that. Like, I'm surprised at how stupid it is. But
I
I'm not
was surprised. But then I'm like, of course.
You know what? You're always surprised when it happens, but after the fact, it's always like, well, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Why would a man know anything about
But
this?
there's been a lot of videos circulating recently of on social media where they're like, oh, like where does pee and blood come out of the same hole? And like, what is a period? And like, none of these men could answer.
They all think that we can't pee with a tampon in because that's
Yeah,
where they think
right.
it
Have you-
goes.
so you've
Yeah.
seen
Yes,
those,
I've
yeah.
seen it.
I
Dumb.
haven't. I haven't, but I
I'm
remember.
so fired up.
No,
I'm
my
so
friend,
pissed.
a friend of mine in college was hooking up with this guy who asserted that like with his whole chest.
Oh, honey.
And I just like didn't even correct him. I was like, okay.
Yes, we put tampons in our urethras.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where it goes.
I was like, I'm gonna like now. I don't even know. I mean, now I wouldn't like. I don't think I would engage now either. But I was just like, okay, you keep
You know,
thinking that.
I
Like,
have-
it's not my job to teach you. Like, this is very basic.
I have a theory about that. And I think that it's not, I mean, obviously it's a lot of like dumb education, But I think
like misogyny in medicine.
Yeah, right.
And
obviously,
yeah.
yeah. But there's also
There's no
to me-
big deal. Just
Right,
take
yeah.
more hormones because that's fine.
My thing is that like guys ejaculate and pee out of the same hole, and I think
Correct.
that they're just so selfish.
I know that.
and so self-absorbed.
We all know that.
Right,
What?
Yeah. That they're like, why would it be any different for women? That's how we do it. So I don't think it's just like a miseducation. I think it's just fucking ambivalence and not caring about how like the female anatomy works. And like we see that historically in so much research and
yeah.
so much stuff. And like it's just like it that like just seeps into everyday man life.
Oh,
where it's
100%.
like, oh yeah, why would I need to know that? You're a woman, so whatever happens to me is how it happens to you.
It must be the same.
Or just like if it's happening to you, it's not a big deal.
Right.
Again, like, oh, it's just a higher dose. It's fine.
No.
It's not fine.
No.
It's not fine at all. It's
And
hormones.
you should know that. You're a fucking pharmacist.
Well, I actually learned that the pharmacy technicians, like the people at the register, there's very different schooling for them versus like a pharmacist. Because I'm
Yeah.
like,
I also love the idea. Did you just get home and just like aggressively Google this? You're just like, how could this pharmacist be so dumb?
no, I talked about this with people I worked with because I don't remember how we got on the subject, but I was like, that makes sense because another time I went to the pharmacy and I asked for Sudafed, which now is behind the counter because, you know, people were making meth. And,
Were.
yeah, none of my business. But,
I just have a cold, please.
yeah, none of my fucking business. But I go, oh, can I get some Sudafed? She's like, where is it? And I'm like, she's like, what do you mean? It's like on the aisle. I'm like, it's behind you. It's literally behind you. She goes like, oh, I don't think we have that back here. I'm like, turn around.
Wait,
Like,
is
what do you
Sudafed-
mean you don't know what it... She didn't know
There's
what it was
different
or where it
versions of
was.
Sudafed. There is still some over-the-counter Sudafed products,
There's no... It doesn't... There's
it's
nothing
but
not
it's
in it.
not. It's not like
It doesn't have the pseudoephedrine in it.
Yeah,
Amphetamines.
it's still it's just branded as Sudafed because
It does nothing.
But
There's
it's not
nothing in it.
Pseudoephedrine. Yeah,
If you don't go behind the counter to get anything,
You're not getting the real
you're
shit.
not getting the real shit. It's just it doesn't do anything. It's like taking nothing. Huh. But I knew that, and the pharmacy technician did not. So I was like, we got on the subject at work, and she's like, "Oh yeah, they don't really have to like learn anything about that kind of stuff. They just have to learn like these specific things." I'm like, that makes sense.
right. Yeah,
I've had a lot of weird experiences with the pharmacy technicians not knowing much about.
dude, pharmacy in general, it drives me. I mean, I know it's all money based, but it does drive me nuts because I've had a lot of like, especially with generics versus like. So many issues with that in my like years. Like it's always a pain in the ass. I had same thing. Birth control was always like a nightmare to get.
That was part of it. He was like, "Oh, this brand makes that birth control, but like it's a different dose." I'm like, "I don't care. I need this dose.
Right.
I don't
Right,
care
like,
which
also,
brand
I didn't
it is."
ask. Yeah, like, okay, great. I'm sure they make all sorts of other shit too.
Thanks for sharing. Can you give me the correct dose? I don't give a fuck what brand it is.
Well, it was a way to be. It was because it was probably cheaper. Because like they're like, oh, she needs this much over this amount of time, and they're like, oh, we can just do it with these amount of pills.
But like, it wasn't even like
But it's not
birth
the same,
control. It's not
yeah.
the same.
I
And he
know,
was trying
I know.
to convince me that it was the same, and I'm like, what circle of hell am I in right now?
Yeah, I'm doing a very like simple task.
Yeah.
Fill what it says on the paper.
It can't be that hard. It can't be that hard.
Well, they say, you know, Gen Z and Gen Alpha can't read, so
You know what? I actually
Dude,
have a very good friend that's a pharmacist, like a pharmacist, and but she works through a hospital. Like she's in like she does like pharmacy. Some of the stories that she's told over the years are nuts.
Like
too.
what?
I can't share them without asking her.
Oh, I see.
So
it's
I
like
bet-
customers not understanding their own medication.
Yeah.
oh,
things like-
sure.
Yeah.
I mean that it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So I'll see if I can get any good feral behavior from her.
Yeah, well, this customer knows what birth control she needs, and that was garbage. That a man tried to tell me that Plan B was the same, just at a higher dose.
No,
I'm
no.
aware. I am a woman.
No.
Yeah, well, we can talk about like that shit all day for sure. Like I mean, I think I told you guys I once had an OBGYN who I stopped going to after this appointment when I was like 26 or 7, and I forget like what she asked me, like family planning related, right? And I was like, oh, like I am not prepared to be a parent right now. Like I have no desire to be a parent right now. And she was like, well, you don't want to wait too long because you don't want to be in here when you're 40. And I'm like trying to help you figure out like how you're going to have a kid. And I was like, that is literally your job. That is
Yeah.
literally your job. And obviously
Yeah.
I never went back, but I was like, what are you doing? Like, don't talk to me like that.
Yeah.
Again, literally that is your job. If I come in here at any age and I am able to and want to have a child, it's like
You
part
should
of your
help
job
me.
to help with that. Like
Yeah.
literally your job description.
That's what the OB means.
Yeah, I was so floored. I was just like, all right, like cool. Fuck you. See you never.
Bye, ma'am. I'm
Yeah.
not paying that copay.
No.
Yeah, what the fuck? Oh no, you have to do your job maybe in 10 years?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. Oh, God forbid.
Dude,
And
I had the best gynecologist, an OB, back in Chicago, because she was just like the coolest. She was like, "You want your tubes tied while we're in there?" And I was like, "No." She goes, "All right." Like, just everything was up to me.
that's cool. Like
Yeah, that's what it should be like.
that. Yeah. Like you should ask me that. Thank you.
Yeah. Do we want to move on to trash and treasure? I want to hear your trash and treasure.
Let's do it. Oh, I already forgot.
Trash that pharmacist.
Trash is that pharmacist. So I don't know if that's feral behavior or trash or treasure, but we're both.
Trash healthcare in America.
That's right. That's why you have to be rich, or else you'll be poor if you get a cold. Anyway, yeah, my trash going off Vanderpump Rules. So
Oh, yeah.
everyone, well, I don't want to say everyone, but you know, Scandival. I don't want to get into the whole thing because we don't have.
Oh,
7
nobody has
years.
time for that.
Everybody knows too. I feel like it was one of those things you couldn't like escape it.
I'm thinking about our older listeners. So
Okay.
Vanderpump Rules, it's just a show that follows like the bartenders and servers in Sir Restaurant in LA. It's a housewife that made it. What's her name? Lisa
Vanderpump.
Lisa Vanderpump.
Lisa Vanderpump, duh. I'm tired. Okay. So yeah, basically this like Tom and Ariana have been dating for 10 years. They befriend this girl who's like the fiance of James in their group, and they break up, and then Tom starts sleeping with Raquel, is her name. And after Scandival, we find out her name is Rachel.
Oh yeah.
And basically, Tom cheats on Ariana with Rachel. And that's as much context as I'm prepared to give today.
I think that's plenty.
Yeah.
Rachel and Ariana were also good
very
friends.
very
Yeah.
close, very good friends.
But also, she was very young and he was much older. Like, there's definitely, like, that's not nothing. Like, it doesn't, I'm not justifying anything or, like, excusing anything,
There's-
but she was, like,
no.
very vulnerable and young, and it was just, like, gross.
She was in her later 20s. She's vulnerable, sure.
No, I'm not saying, like,
That's
she...
defending her.
No, me
We will not be
neither.
defending her.
No, I'm not. She did a terrible thing, but also, like, guys like that look for people in states like that.
Oh, yeah. Tom is a notorious cheater, but, like, never really admitted to anything and never really got caught. So we always kind of weren't sure. But so basically, Tom and Ariana are together for 10 years. He cheats on her with Rachel. Ariana finds out from a gross video, like, on his phone.
That's
Very
right.
upsetting and horrible. Anyway, Rachel goes to an institution. You know, my dream.
Her grippy sock vacation.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
wearing
and she
grippy
gets to go
socks
for
right
being
now.
a fucking many words that I don't need to say. But I find out today on TikTok that Rachel now goes by Rachel L.
Oh, I knew this.
And
I saw that
she
too.
is now a sound bath healer / influencer. And I just have to say, I'm on one today. Fuck you. Like, get out of fucking town with that shit. How dare you? How dare you try to coach? Oh, I bet she's a coach.
She's a sound bath coach.
Sound bath coach. I'll hear you through my sound bath. Like, fuck you.
Dude, what else would she do, though? Like, what other career is she gonna pursue?
I understand, but like, I can't. I know we talk a lot of shit about coaches, and we should, because this is the kind of bitch that is trying to coach healing, is this home-wrecking little twat, allegedly.
I don't think it's alleged. I think they, like, both
No,
admitted to it.
It is. It's not alleged, but like, I don't want to get sued, so. Anyway,
don't
anyone
know.
can be a goddamn coach
I'd
for
let her do
healing.
a sound bath. If it was, like, free and someone was like, this girl Rachel's gonna do the sound bath, I'd probably be like,
Oh, wow.
whatever. Like,
Wow. Okay.
sorry, it's not a hill I'm dying on.
You must be in a bad place.
I wouldn't, like, eagerly skip to her class and, like, spend, like, money, but if someone was like, yo, I'm going to this girl Rachel's sound bath, you want to come? I'd be like, yeah, all right.
No. If somebody was playing sound bath in my like area, like I mean like in my physical presence, like let's say I was at like a yoga class.
Yeah, like, I've never done a sound
I'd never
bath.
be at a yoga class, but they were like doing sound bath shit while I was doing yoga. Like I wouldn't be like I'm leaving, but I would never like go to some place to get a sound bath.
I might. If someone, like, asked
If
me
I'm
to
getting
go.
any sort of bath, it's a real fucking bath.
No, I love baths.
A sound bath, like, I don't know, it makes me physically angry to hear them, like, that horrible sound it makes. I don't know, I'm very, like, I'm hearing like a dog, like, it pierces some, like, level of hearing that it's
Wow, Wow, you're really
angrily to
bragging
me.
about your good hearing.
Wow. We had to take a break to cry.
Yeah.
So we're back.
Yep.
We're well adjusted and ready to talk about Jimmy Cooper.
You know what? Sometimes, ladies, you just need a good cry about something.
Yeah.
You said we're well. That like ended me. Never know.
No, you know what? This is what's going to get us the Grippy Sock vacation.
Oh, yeah. No, it would be like
Oh my god.
accidentally publishing
The whole thing.
releasing the whole thing. That would get us there.
Oh,
I have
boy.
grippy socks on literally right now.
Oh,
so
that
I'm
was my treasure, you guys.
grippy socks.
I found my other sock.
You're ugly.
Oh, no.
I found my pink Pilates sock.
No,
Those
they're not
socks.
pink. They're tan. They're
Speaking of-
skin colored.
So that was my treasure, is that I don't have them on because I wore them over the weekend to make Dale uncomfortable. But they're grippy. That's why I remembered.
right.
So they're grippy because they're Pilates socks. I feel weird. I don't know how to show them like how horrible they are on the pod without like,
You know what to do.
I want money. I don't want to give free feet pics.
Well, it's not feet pics if you're wearing socks.
yeah.
Oh, dude, these socks are like feet pics.
No, I know. Like that's what
What if
makes
I
them
like glued toenails onto the toes?
Just put your toes out at that
No.
point. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
And start charging. But also, like, at that point, I think what makes them so horrible is it looks like you don't have toenails.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you just look like you have long finger toes.
I mean, they're not long. I have very stubby little toes.
But when you don't have a nail on them.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
It's so gross.
It's a rough one, yeah. So I will. You know what, listeners? I need a call for my my toe socks to show up on the podcast. If
A
I get
call?
one person requesting them in comments,
No
Okay.
one's going to. Everyone's like praying someone else does it.
You know what happened when I asked for the listeners to like our feet pic?
Yeah, they don't.
Not one.
They don't want it.
yeah,
No.
but like, I'm building curiosity. Like, what do these horrid fleshy toe socks look like?
They are really foul.
I'm very upset that you found the other one.
It was under our bed. I was so excited.
Oh, it's like Cinderella, but
The
from
worst.
hell.
The worst Cinderella.
Satanrella.
Yeah, so that's my treasure this week. Is
Cinder
that
Satan.
Cinder Satan. That's my treasure this week, is that I found my my toe socks.
Treasure or,
Trash for you.
or trash. It's in the eye of the beholder.
Yep. All right, we're gonna jump into a dumpster dive.
No.
So we made a deal with Kate last episode.
Deal is generous.
Okay, so Blaze and I blackmailed Kate into finding her journals.
Is it blackmail or is it consequence?
No, like I
Punishment?
agreed. I agreed to do it. Also, again, I'm the only one with journals, so like I have the power here.
No, I have the power. Read that letter.
That's true. Oh God, I'm so mad.
You know, this is horrible timing.
This is only going to make your day worse.
No, there's nothing holy left anymore. Pope Francis is also dead, and I yearn to be too.
I would be willing to read it for you, but
No.
No.
I
I'll-
don't think I can read that.
It's in pencil. It's pencil.
I know.
No, and you know, I don't even have my glasses on, so I'm gonna have to like hold it up high.
You
Sorry.
can do it.
I haven't even looked at it yet. I'm like too afraid.
Read the letter. Stop stalling and read the letter.
If this is like actual teens like doing stuff, I'm not gonna read it aloud because it's too gross.
You do the best you can.
Have you read this one?
No, I saw one word. I can't read pencil. I can't see. Blaze
Don't
can't read
no,
pencil.
don't skim it.
Oh, I don't know. I can't read it. Okay, fine. Edward, hey, sweetie. I'm tired in both ways. I'm not giving you $2. You know that, right? No. No.
What does it say?
No. Yeah, why don't you read it? It fits, you know what? It fits nicely with the toe sock theme.
Just say the one sentence and I'll let you off and I'll read the rest.
No, I just read the whole thing.
I don't know what it says.
You chose not to bring your journals today.
No, they weren't in my house. I'm gonna have to go back to my
could have
parents'
brought
house
the college
and
ones.
dig through the basement.
You could have read a
They weren't that good.
Yeah, but you know what? What would have been worse?
They live like a mile away. It could have been done.
Your parents are like in a different state.
Yeah.
You could do it. The listeners are waiting.
I hate how many words are spelled wrong too.
Yeah, that's right.
Some of this is foul. You should be ashamed. Ew. Ew. I'm only reading this next sentence and then I'm done. No. Oh my God. Each sentence is worse than the last. Can I just give it to Blaze? I'm not brave like you.
I have to do it. I'm okay. Fine.
I want you to know what the sentence that I had to read. No,
Oh, fuck. I can't see shit. Hold on. I need my,
You need your real glasses.
I can't see this.
Ooh.
I'm such a good friend.
The best friend.
Okay. Hey, sweetie. I'm tired. In both ways. I'm not giving you $2. You know that, right? I touched it with my foot. And we didn't say that it had to be with my hand.
You see why I didn't want to read that?
I don't want to play because my tummy hurts. I'm freaky. Oh, my dear Lord. Excuse me. I'm sorry that I'm a super freak, but you just turned me on. When and where do you want to be when we do that? The movie theater?
No!
You can? My bed? Oh, sorry. Your car? My bed?
Your can.
Your can. I can't read this. I'm still nervous though, but I really want to do that to you. Oh no.
Sick. I hate it.
You'll be happy, I hope. Rachel will give me more advice on gym tomorrow. Has Tom gave the other Tom? Oh God. Has he yet? Brianna, please stay. I'm finished. I've had enough.
We don't have to air this whole thing, obviously.
Oh.
Okay. I want your popsicle. Yummy. Are you going to think any differently of me after I give you? I hope not, because this is something that I want to do and you want me to do. Do you want me to your first, or do you want to me first? It doesn't matter to me either way. Next time we go to the movies, I'll give you a then. Is that cool with you? Gotta fly. Love you. Bye. Bella. There was one worse than that, by the way.
I don't.
Please don't go another week without bringing them.
All right, that's it. Yeah, that's our dumpster dive for the week. Do we want to talk about it?
Do you want to talk about that dumpster dive? No, I don't want to talk about those teens
Touching.
doing that.
Talking about touching, not even touching.
That's exactly.
They hadn't even touched it this
They
point?
haven't touched yet.
They're planning out their movie theater
Romp.
HJs. Yeah, like, no thank you. I'm good.
J Juniors, as we like to call them.
If I
Ew.
fucking caught such a thing in a movie theater.
Imagine as an adult being at the movie theater just trying to enjoy a show and you see two 15-year-olds like rummaging in each other's pants. Like, shoot me.
Rummaging is a rough choice.
Well, fortunately, I don't think that generation is like doing any, fortunately or unfortunately.
Social media has ruined the sex lives of teens.
Yeah,
Gen Z ain't,
smartphones.
what's it called? They're like colonials. I saw that.
Puritans.
Puritans. They're not in the clubs. They're not in the theaters.
No,
Whew, okay,
they're just on their phones.
right. But these two didn't have phones.
Not those two.
Not these two.
They were making plans and doing hands.
That's the name of the episode.
No. No.
Yes, or should we call it the fight? Speaking of rage,
Speaking of rage,
let's hop into our FTN recap.
feral trash night, baby. We are just keeping the OC going, and boy, oh boy, is it a delight.
All right, I'm going to pull up the synopses here. So we are recapping episodes
5 and 6.
5 and 6, which, full disclosure to our listeners, we watched these backwards.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, there was some confusion.
Lay's got the numbers mixed up. She can't read numbers.
We got episode 6. We watched episode 6 before 5, and we were very confused. All right. This episode 5, is called The Outsider. Hoping to become financially independent, Ryan gets a job at the Crab Shack. At the restaurant, he meets Donnie. When Seth invites Donnie to a party in Newport, Donnie finds himself an outcast there and takes matters into his own hands in a violent manner. Moreover, Ryan finally finds the confidence to ask out Marissa.
Moreover, that is a funny transition for the description of this show.
With Jimmy's scandal, he gives Julie a choice to decide what they will do now that their lives will change forever. So lots of thoughts on episode 5 of
I
the
took
OC.
notes.
Number 1, Donnie, aka what was the character's name?
Oh, he's in Vampire Diaries.
Yes.
His name's Paul Wesley. He's Stefan.
Yeah, Stefan.
Yes. But he plays a working class boy named Donnie from, I forget where he's from.
He's from
Corona.
a different side.
I wrote it down. Corona. He's from Corona.
Because the way him and Ryan are talking to each other is so funny. Like,
Oh, his accent is horrendous. And Brianna, you'll feel validated in this. He says, "Where are you from, Chino?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm from Chino." He's like, "You're a long way from home." And you're like, he's 30 minutes.
fucking minutes! God damn it. Yes, Donnie. He's vindicated me.
Donnie validated that you were like 30 minutes. It's 30 minutes. They're acting like it's fucking
And they're acting
far
like it's
away.
so far
and
away.
Kate and I didn't agree with you. We
No.
also did not air this. Our other fight.
That was
fight.
our other fight. That was fight number 1. You can also have it on the Patreon.
no, I maintain what I said, but, and also, like for teens, it is far. For these grown-ass men playing teens, not so much.
Donnie validated that you're like, they're acting like it's like Mars
Oh my
from here. And
So insane. It's like what you've never, and you've also never had a poor person in Newport. Come on.
so far from
Just
home.
right.
So
Ryan.
far from home. They all work there.
Yeah, for real.
Like the commute can't be that bad.
No, my favorite thing about Donnie, too, in his shitty accent, is that multiple times he calls women his honeys.
Crazy honeys. Specifically.
We're going to that party to be crazy honeys.
Crazy honeys.
Like,
At one point he says, like, drink their beer, dance with their honeys.
yeah, he says it 3 times. I wrote it down.
It's a lot. So there's 2 storylines. One is obviously Jimmy Koopa. And
Love this.
Where'd that accent come from?
I don't know. I just feel like Jimmy Cooper has like sort of a, I don't know.
You made him like a Boston like mob guy,
Yeah.
but he's like nowhere near that like street smarter.
Cool.
Jimmy,
cool.
Cooper's Jimmy Cooper's really more like, I have to go to jail.
Like, why?
My wife and child
I
are
annoying.
take
a couple
themselves.
This is so annoying. Like, nobody understands
Worst
what I go
criminal
through.
ever.
It's so hard to provide for my family. Yes, Sandy, you would have no idea.
All right, so Jimmy Cooper has
This
mixed feelings
bitch.
this episode.
This is his most insane example of his audacity
This is
in this
also-
episode. Like truly crazy behavior.
I want to point out too, like, and I talked about this a couple episodes ago. I was like, binging it is hard because things go so much faster. We're 5 episodes in, and suddenly, like, Jimmy and Sandy are like buddies.
Which is very big of Sandy, by the
Well,
way.
like, also in the context, I'm like, it doesn't like. You guys have lived next to each other for how many years? Like, he's clearly in love with your wife.
Yeah.
Oh, and he says it in this episode. I wrote notes.
Yes.
He goes,
yes.
he says, because Sandy has that hero complex, okay? And Jimmy's in trouble. And
He
he's
needs
like,
to
I'm
save
going to save
people.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's going to save Jimmy because Jimmy, whatever.
He does not deserve it.
And
No.
so they're playing video games. He's like, I'll take your case. I'm going to help you. They're playing video games on the floor. I don't know why every man in this show is playing video games on the floor. Is that a thing? It's not.
No,
Their backs don't
especially
hurt.
because they're always sitting like
On
like
the
there's
floor.
a couch there, but they're sitting
In front
not
of
on
it.
it.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Couches are gay. I don't know.
That's what I always said.
But anyway, I wrote down they're playing video games and they're saying, "Oh, when was my favorite age?" Sandy says, "Oh, my favorite age is like 21 because that's when I met Kirsten." And Jimmy's like, "My favorite age is like 16." And he's like, "Oh, like why is that?" And he's like, "That's when I met Kirsten." And I'm like,
Crazy.
"This
Crazy.
man who just took your case pro bono because you're a thief?"
right.
And this is what you're going to say to him
in his house.
home
In his house.
After borrowing $100,000.
secretly.
secretly.
And now her husband is trying to help you for free. And this is what you say, "Oh, but my favorite age is 16 because that's when I met your wife."
Crazy.
worst.
And I also, speaking of Jimmy Cooper, I took notes on his golf course meltdown, which I thought was equally as crazy.
As did I.
So first of all, to go to a country club when you are in this predicament, like, okay, the audacity is there, we know. So he's, golfing with his free lawyer, And Sandy's like, you know what? Like, I talked to this guy, and like, basically, if you pay all this money back, you won't have to serve any time. And Jimmy loses his fucking mind. He's like, well, that's not an option. Like, pay the money back that I stole. Like, ugh. And Sandy's like, yeah, but like, you could like watch your kids grow up. Like, your house is like, it was like $4 million. She's like,
because he just wanted to run away and like forget about it.
He's like, it's $4 million. Your house is worth $3.5 million. And he's like, oh, sell my house, sell my stuff. Like, that's not an option. It's like, and Sandy like gets mad. Finally. Like, he finally loses his shit, which I would have been doing many moons ago.
The night before,
You
when
would have
he's
never offered Jimmy Cooper.
No, I wouldn't be like, no, I simply wouldn't. Like, that's not an option. And then Sandy's like, get real. Like, what did you think was going to happen? Do you think you just get away with this? And Jimmy's like, yeah, like, I'm not you. My wife's not rich. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like, you stole a ton of people's money, and now there are consequences. And like, he's just like stomping around. He's like, Sandy, you don't know what it's like to provide for a family. And Sandy's like, I think there's more than providing for a family than money. Like, you might go to jail. And he's like,
easy for you to say.
Yeah, easy for you to say.
How do you provide for your family if you're in jail?
Exactly.
He wanted to run away and not have any consequences.
No,
that's what he wanted.
He didn't want to run away. He wanted to just stay in his house and just go about living his life.
Just forget about it.
He said, I want my old life back.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jimmy. Not gonna happen.
Not an option, bitch. Like, and then like, because Kirsten's on that spa trip, right? That's the same episode.
Oh yes, I wrote
Julie.
notes for that too.
And literally, like,
defending the hell out of Jimmy. It's so uncomfortable because his wife
Julie
is sitting right
catches
there.
her on the phone with him. She's like, bye, Jimmy. Take care. Like, so inappropriate. And also, like, when divorce gets brought up and she's like aghast, she's like, you would consider divorcing Jimmy? It's like, well, one, he is obviously in love with you. He says so very openly more than once. He's taking money from you in secret. And also, he has been lying to his wife for many, many years and stealing money from her friends. Like, I'm sorry, that seems like enough justification for a divorce. I'm not married, but like, to me, an outsider,
He just got turned around.
The way so Kirsten goes to the spa with Julie and like the other ladies.
What do they call them?
Oh, the noopsies.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Sandy calls them that.
So they're aggressively talking shit. Kirsten is aggressively defending Jimmy. And
Nuts.
So Kirsten, I will say, was funny. She clocks all of them at the spa. She was like, oh, we don't talk about your coke habit. And she was like, that was only sophomore year. And like, whatever, it's fine. And then she clocks the other one and is like, you pay people to clean your house like less than minimum wage. And I was like,
Got her.
Yeah.
You got her there.
okay, good for you, Kirsten.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get
true.
'em. And then Julie clocks Kirsten. I don't remember what she says.
Her
but
one-liners are good.
Oh,
Julie
she
Cooper.
said-
I wrote down too.
She said, who would have known that me getting knocked out by Jimmy would be the best thing that happened to you?
Ooh, like, that was a heater. And then what was the other one? She said, oh, when Kirsten gets off the phone with Jimmy, she's like, okay, bye, Jimmy. Take care. And Julie walks behind her. She's like, your concern for my husband is really touching. Damn, like, one after another.
Nails it. She just nails it. Yeah. She really great. You know what? Great actress.
Absolutely.
The actress
What's
plays
her name?
Julie-
Brenda something?
I don't know, but wow, we love you, Brenda.
Brenda, you're doing good work.
We're on your side right now.
Yeah. So now we
now.
need to move on to Donnie.
Oh, and the Crazy Honeys.
So Donnie goes to this party with Seth, and Donnie and Luke get into it because, of course, it wouldn't be the OC without boys
Donnie
fighting.
starts breaking shit in this home, and
Yeah,
so
Holly's house.
in Holly's house again, Holly the hoe, and so she's about to hook up with Luke because she finds out Marissa and him are on a break, and they're hooking up, and she's like, that sounds expensive, and she like runs down the stairs. She's like, that's my blender, and he breaks it. He's like, what? And he like pulls out the gun, and they're like, oh my god.
And the only person that gets in the middle is, who do you think? Ryan.
Yeah,
Oh, of course.
appears out because Seth is like, oh my god, Ryan, like something's happening, and like doesn't tell him about the gun or anything.
That's right.
That Donnie has in his pants that he pulls out.
Because Seth knows from the beginning. I think Seth knew that he had a gun.
He brandished it. And
Yeah.
then he's like, Ryan, like, I'm scared.
Ryan, I've never been around a working class kid before. Can you come help me?
Everybody, I'm really scared. And Ryan's trying to beg Marissa, like, at the pool house.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't Seth not give any context and calls
No
he's like,
context at
I
all.
need you to come here. But, like,
He says things are going bad, never mentions a gun, never mentions what's going. He's just like, I need you to come here and pick me
Call
up.
the police, Seth.
yeah,
Pick
call
me up, I'm scared.
if there's someone with a gun that you think is going to use it, like,
When they're from Corona.
especially when they're from a bad part of town.
He does not mention the firearm.
And also, why would Ryan know what to do? He doesn't like have a gun. He doesn't like. What do you expect?
He's hardened by the streets of Chino, Kate.
Right,
Yeah,
but,
he's from Chino. He's seen guns.
right, but like, what does he expect him to do? Like,
Donnie's his
Show
bro,
up and, like,
disarm him.
talk him down? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, this ends in Luke getting shot grazed in the arm.
It was an accident because I think Ryan's trying to. They start scuffling for the
Yeah,
firearm.
like
That
Donnie doesn't just like straight up shoot
no,
him.
he didn't. He didn't mean to. They start scuffling and it goes off and it hits Luke in the arm.
And for some godforsaken reason, Ryan calls Marissa and tells her Luke needs you.
Oh, I thought they showed up at the party together.
No.
No,
Oh.
Ryan leaves her.
It
Yeah.
is pool.
And it is Pool House, yeah. And
Oh yeah, because she's like, I can't go to Holly's because their dads
Oh,
punched
yeah.
each other the
Yeah.
night before.
Like, fair.
That's why
that
she
would
didn't
be
go, right?
awkward.
yeah, odd. Holly the hoe.
Holly the hoe. And I don't want to like make light of like gun violence. Like, it's very serious, but this whole scene was
This
like
is not
so
serious.
ridiculous. Yeah, and also
There was no gun education in this
no,
particular
that's
He
episode.
had
not,
it like in his pants,
like-
like front at this party.
pointed at his crotch, presumably loaded.
Yeah, it was loaded. It went off by accident.
Yeah.
Well, he says, he's like, I was never gonna, like, he said something along the
He
lines
did.
of-
He's like, I was never gonna shoot it. Like,
Yeah. Well,
Like,
then
but
why
it was
load
loaded.
it?
then
Yeah.
why have it?
Also, there is a scene where Donnie is pointing the gun at Luke and looking at Ryan. He's like, how much you hate this kid, Ryan. Like, he talks to you like you're trash. And, like, again, no one deserves to be shot like that. But, like, the way Luke talks to these people, like,
Yeah.
to people in general that, like, he deems beneath him is crazy. Like, I remember he walked into the bait shop in this episode and Donnie says, like, hey, man, how's it going? Like, or hey, man, what's up? Like, super
yeah.
normal. And he's like,
When they call him the busboy at the party, like, aren't you the busboy?
yeah.
And they
it's
start
like,
throwing food at him. That's why he starts brandishing his gun.
Yeah,
and
again.
breaking things.
like gun violence
Again,
is never
not
okay.
the
But
appropriate
like,
answer, but like,
Not on his side, but
right.
no, but like when he was like Ryan, how much you hate this kid, like the way he looks at you and talks to you like you're trash, and I was like,
if the
Luke
shoe
is not a
fits-
hero.
if the shoe fits.
No.
Points are being made here. Like,
Ay.
again, would I like it to be without a gun? Obviously, but this is fictional TV and it's the OC, so like, of course, it has to be as ridiculous as possible.
Absolutely as ridiculous as possible.
Because a person from Corona would obviously have a gun in their pants.
No, of course. And of course, a person from Chino would know exactly what to do in that situation.
100%, of course.
All right, so moving on to episode 6. This episode is also just a
this one's
blast.
disgusting.
Kirsten's father, Caleb Nickel, comes to town with his 24-year-old girlfriend, Gabrielle.
Oh,
Sandy encourages Kirsten to leave her father's business after his constant criticism. Marissa isn't ready to pick between Luke and Ryan, and things get even messier when Caleb's girlfriend makes advances towards Ryan.
Advances is light.
Yeah, Summer's growing feelings for Seth begin to show. This episode,
it's like they heard of the age of consent and were just like, no, not in the OC. Not in the OC.
so Caleb comes into town and is just an absolute piece of shit to his daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Like, absolute just human garbage, just so rude to her, and like basically insinuating like, oh, like, I'm not a jerk, you're just incompetent. And then my favorite part
Throwing
about-
around some like not anti-Semitic quips at
yeah,
Sandy.
that was not great. But my favorite part was when he gave Kirsten like a talking to about how they didn't consult him about adopting Ryan. I'm like, Ryan didn't even get a
Why do you think
consultant,
you get a
Caleb.
phone call?
Where
Like,
do you get a phone call?
Ryan didn't have a say in this either.
Like, also, this is not like, they also are like, well, this is my, it's like, yeah, you work for your father's company, but like, you're not paying for Ryan. Like, she works for her money.
Right, like she is employed at this
Yeah, like, is it a
firm,
little
like-
nepotism? Yeah, absolutely. But, like, she's
still
doing
there.
the work.
Working overtime every day.
She didn't come from nothing, but like she is earning a paycheck.
Right. It's not like, like, and again, like, that you didn't consult me about the boy. It was like, ugh.
That's why it makes me so angry. And Sandy's like, just quit. It's like, bro, like, you could not live here if she did not work for this man.
Sandy, be real.
Be
like-
cool, Sandy. But Sandy, he says he could live in a shack. Do we think so?
I do. I think
I really
Sandy
do.
could.
I think Sandy could do whatever he wanted.
I don't think he cares. Like I think Sandy likes living the high life, but I think he
could
like.
also
I don't think
not.
he cares about this stuff.
Yeah, I think
He'd
he could
miss
go,
it.
Yeah, he'd miss it.
But
yeah.
like
Seth would have a real hard
he wouldn't
time.
pull. Yeah, he wouldn't pull like a Jimmy Cooper and like steal people's money
Yeah,
to like
no.
keep himself afloat.
Yeah, that's-
to like keep up with the Joneses.
Also, I don't think they'd be that bad. Like, he is an attorney, and like she still probably could get like a reasonable like vice president role in another company. Like, they'd still be they wouldn't be like maybe in Newport, but like
No,
they could be like.
But think about it. That's like the biggest name in like the county. Probably like one of the bigger names in California. She could have whatever job she
She can get
wanted.
any job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like they're fine.
They're fine.
I kind of get. I mean, it was like shitty when he's like, just quit, just leave, blah, blah, blah. Like that was shitty, but like I kind of also get it,
Oh, yeah, you're on your side, but bro, the money.
bro. Also, like, be serious here.
Like, Sandy, you're not walking to the beach every morning.
Yeah, you're not surfing.
You're not surfing every
Not
morning.
driving your BMW to the beach every morning to
Right.
surf. Like
Caleb's
if she's
always
jobless.
reminding him of that. Like, you're in my home.
Yeah, he's savage. But like, so Caleb also brings like this 24-year-old who he treats like a 24-year-old. Like, he treats her like a child, very much so. It's very icky.
What does he say to her? He's like, get some color.
Yeah, go. Like the adults are talking.
Yeah,
Get some
literally.
color. Like,
Like-
go play in the pool with the boys.
With literally, like,
yeah.
ugh.
And of course, Seth and Ryan they're supposed to be like 15, 16-year-old boys. So obviously they're having a hard time in a pool with like this 24-year-old fucking model.
Yeah, they wake up and she's like in her bikini, like floating around in the pool, like super hot. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh my God. Seth is like, oh my God, Ryan, have
my
you been with a
grandma.
woman? Oh my God, it's so crazy. What do I do?
Well, they like, this is where they picture Ryan as like some like Casanova from Chino.
Which was
Yeah.
really gross. Like,
He's 15.
supposed to be. I mean, but
Yeah.
like, there's a scene where he's like kissing her and he like grabs her head, and I was like, that is like a man because
Ben
he
McKenzie
is a man. He's probably older than her in real
Yeah.
life. Like, he's not kissing her like a 15-year-old boy.
So this episode too, speaking of that, Luke is like trying to pressure Marissa about finally doing the deed.
Yeah, which they haven't done yet in their 10 years of being together.
Right. So like he's like, there's also this like she's sitting on the bed and he like lays down on the bed with like his hands behind his head.
whatever you want today.
Right, yeah, right. And we're like, it's not gonna be that, man.
and Summer again, bad.
You're
friend,
not Edward.
bad friend Summer too, who's like, he's not gonna wait forever. Like,
Well, my
Rude?
like, worst part. So like, Marissa decides that I think she's gonna pick Ryan, so she goes to the pool house.
oh, yeah.
And in this, so
annoyed
also this
me.
woman,
I was annoyed by
this
it was
24-year-old,
horrible to watch.
she's been grooming him.
yeah.
By the way, because she's like, she goes to where he works. She also pulls like a tiny vodka bottle out of her purse. She's like, from the airplane.
At his job at the new crab shack or whatever.
also,
Like, that's unhinged. She's like, just because he couldn't serve, like, anybody else in that bar could have served her a drink.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't serve me? Well, luckily I have my own.
Airplane. Like, what the fuck?
also,
Crazy.
like, it's extra gross because like he is a vulnerable little boy. I mean,
He is a little
he's
boy. He's
obviously
15.
25.
Yeah.
But like, if you don't look at Ben McKenzie, the actor, who's
Yeah.
like obviously a grown man, like, this is a vulnerable little boy
Who was just adopted against his will.
against his will, just lost his mom for the 16th time.
Right. His brother's in jail.
His brother is in prison, not jail.
Yeah, you're right.
He just saw someone get shot.
Yeah, his
the day
dad.
before.
He was in a house
idea.
fire.
Yeah, he's
2 days before.
He's had a really rough week.
he's
Been a literal week.
a brutal 7 days. The amount of fights he's gotten in 7 days.
Well,
Like,
he also has another fight this episode. I don't remember with who, but they throw Caleb a party at the Cohen. I think at the Cohen house.
Yeah, what was the party?
But was there a fight at this
it
party?
was his birthday, I think.
Yeah, it was Caleb's birthday, but I think there was a fight or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm misreading this, but I do know that Marissa walks in on like Caleb's girlfriend assaulting Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're fully hooking up in the pool house. Marissa's like, I'm gonna choose Ryan. She comes in, sees them. She's like, oh my God. And then she immediately goes and bangs Luke.
But like the thing that made me just go,
Every part of
he
it.
like runs over to Marissa and she's like, "You're too late."
oh,
hated that. Oh, you're too late. And she's all like sad. I'm like, this is horrible.
This is icky.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't have to fuck Luke. Like, nobody made you have sex with him.
Nope.
Yeah, acting like it was Ryan's fault.
Yeah, and against her own will too. Like, oh, you're too late. Like, I
Right.
couldn't stop it.
Like, you couldn't rescue me. Like,
Even though you like fully called Luke over to your home out of anger. Didn't like that for Marissa.
no, she's not well.
I mean, again, this is where my conspiracy theory comes in.
You're like, but in real life, she would be. She wouldn't
Really,
care.
she wouldn't care. She'd be fucking everybody. Oh, but yeah, I don't know if there's any Jimmy Cooper nonsense. Oh, yes. So Jimmy Cooper decides at this birthday party.
The delusion and audacity of this man.
I mean, we cannot miss this part. Jimmy Cooper has the audacity to decide he's going to ask Caleb for a job. Because he's like, he's loved me since I was a kid. He wanted me to marry Julie, which is such an unhinged thing to say to your current wife.
Oh, Kirsten, you mean? He wanted me to marry Kirsten.
Yeah, because he was like, oh yeah, Caleb wanted me to marry Kirsten like when we
loves
were like
me.
sophomores. He loves me.
And she's like, you can't ask this man for a job. Like, you can't do that.
She's
And
like,
he's like,
seriously.
whatever, he loves me.
He's like, don't be crazy.
Right.
We're cool.
And then I just remembered this. And then Julie, like, kind of like scurries into Caleb all sad. She's like, he's like, I'm really sorry to hear what you're going through. And she's like, I know. I just worry about the girl. I just worry about the girl. Like, it's so stressful. And she's like low-key, like,
whoring herself out.
She's doing her work.
flirting with Caleb.
doing the work.
I don't want to
She's
say
getting
whoring
in
herself
there.
out. She's doing what she has to do.
She's getting in there, and he is buying it. Caleb is like, buying it. Saw that coming.
Yeah.
No, one of the best parts about that exchange too is like Jimmy walks over and he's like, well, he wouldn't give me a job, like whatever. And then like Julie walks over and he's like, what are you doing? And she's like, finishing what you like. What'd she say? Finishing what you couldn't, or something like that, or finishing what you started. Like,
oh no, I don't know.
or like doing what you couldn't, or something like that. And I was just like,
Closing that job.
yikes.
She does.
Oh, the only other thing that we're missing, which is like a very boring storyline, is Summer convinces Seth to invite her to this party so she can like network with bankers. Again, she's 15.
With these like men. It's
Yeah.
really gross.
Yeah, like
Speaking of
college
whoring herself
graduate,
out.
yeah.
Like a little, watching this like little girl be like, you're in private equity? That's so interesting. And it's
Yeah,
like,
like as if any 15-year-old in real life knows what that is.
or like would have the like
Oh, yeah.
patience to like do this at a party. Like,
And Seth and Summer kiss in this episode.
that's right. She kisses him because he recites a poem that she read in 3rd grade that he had memorized.
Don't love that.
Nope.
Not great.
In real life, that would be scary.
Bad energy.
That plus the boat. Like if you played different music in these scenes, it would be a scary plot line, not a sweet one.
No.
What's that in the 50 Shades of Grey movie when we're like, if
We
this
gotta
was
do that again.
if this was Hillbilly Thief,
If he was poor. 50 Shades of Grey. If he was poor, it would be a horror movie.
Yeah, absolutely. 50 Shades of Brown.
Her favorite color.
and every tool he used, we'd be like, oh, that's a rake. It'd be like a whip.
Like instead of a plane, he was like dragging around on his riding mower. And instead of like the leather tassels, it was like a mop. We gotta do that again. That's gotta be a feral trash night Patreon episode.
I don't remember any of that movie. I just remember us substituting like sexy cool shit for like poor shit.
Well, wasn't there some part of it too where like this one girl was like following and we were like picture her like on the beach like in a like bobbing in a life jacket like behind.
Jesus. We have to cut all of this. Poor Blaze.
No,
This is gonna be a rough edit.
This is a tradition of ours. You should pay some respect.
Oh, take it easy.
I think we brought like alcohol into the movie theater when
did.
we did this. We were so
and we were like the only people in the theater that was we saw it on like a Tuesday or
the
something.
glass was like clanking on the floor.
Yeah, we did drop one and it like rolled down.
That also happened when we watched Titanic in theaters.
We're dying laughing the whole time. Anytime anything would happen, we're like, what if that was a mop? It's like a rain shower. That's that mop water.
He like ties her up. We're like, that's just like old rope and like his like lazy boy with holes in it. We gotta do that again. I haven't even seen. Aren't there three? Aren't there three of those movies?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
There are
I've
3.
only been able to watch it through the eyes of like substitution.
We should watch the third one with the same lens.
That one gets rough.
Does that where they
In a
get
good
married?
way.
I don't know if they get married, but I know she gets like kidnapped or some shit.
What? Oh, we have to watch that.
Now that is poor.
Some other guy becomes obsessed with this very plain woman.
Our version became a reality.
Uncle Bill from next door. He said, I want that.
He said, I want to type a girl in my room too.
Suck it.
Okay.
Wait, what's her name?
Oh my god. I have no
Anna.
He's Christian Grey, right?
Anna is her name.
Anna.
Boring.
I know, she's so bland. She's like, I don't have a laptop and I only drink tea. And he's like, oh, I must have her.
So I want to
God.
take a pause for the listeners because we are having
Kill me.
we are having a rough night. Obviously, again, if you want to buy our fight on Patreon,
People buy fights. People do it all the time at bars.
we are having a 2.5 pound slice of chocolate cake for dinner.
Oh my god. No, I brought like a real dinner this time. I brought a salad and
Fine, I'll eat the
peppers
cake by myself.
and pasta.
What? You brought pasta? Cold or hot?
Cold or hot? What do you mean?
Like, is it like a pasta salad?
No, ew.
Kate would never eat a pasta salad.
Mayonnaise noodles?
The binding element is mayonnaise. How dare you think this of Kate?
You know what? I can do like an orzo feta pasta.
That's what
salad.
I would like with olives is what I was picturing.
Yeah, totally. But like Blaze used to buy when we would watch these films together. She would buy.
Was it the bow tie?
No, she would buy Walmart or Meijer brand
always Meijer.
prepackaged pasta salad.
That's just...
And would like stir it.
Oh, the noise.
And I called it her mayonnaise noodles because that's what they were.
Well, they are.
No,
Oh,
pasta
God, that's
salad
so
ain't for me.
good.
Oh,
Honestly, I could fuck up like a creamy pasta salad
That's
right
what
now.
I want right.
That's what I
cold
want.
mayonnaise noodles.
Dude, sometimes they're really good with like a little bit of like onion in them.
Oh, yeah, they got lots. The Meijer brand has lots of stuff, lots of vegetables,
Lots of vegetables. That's how we get our nutrients.
and like giant slices of cheese.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's sometimes like shredded cheese in the mayonnaise
No,
noodles.
it's never shredded. It's chunked.
Oh, I like the shredded.
I feel like yours always had shreds of it in there, and I was like,
It's like the shredded cheese I made a bowl.
Oh, that you melted for
you.
me? Yeah.
I buy a bag of it at Costco. I call it my bag of
I actually have to go to
cheese.
Meijer tonight.
pick up some mayonnaise noodles, you sick fuck.
I might actually. I might pick that up for myself for dinner because it's Gillian's birthday coming up, and I have to pick up some stuff for that. I don't know why I said it so weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, he said it all secret. It was Killian's
I have to buy presents for my son. All right. So we're gonna go to Meijer and buy some mayonnaise noodles for dinner.
we are not.
Yeah, and we're gonna have that big old slice of chocolate cake.
It was heavy.
It's a double. It was like literally like
A
you could've-
double wide.
It was a double tall and like it's half a full sheet cake.
Whoa, all right.
Yeah, it like I'll put it this way: a regular paper plate wouldn't hold it.
That's good chocolate cake.
All right, Blaze, want to take us away?
That's our show. We made it somehow. By the grace of God, we made it here. The Pope didn't, but we won't talk about that. Sorry. Oh, here I go. R.I.P.
Wait, is it
fair-
left, right, up, down?
It's up, down, left, right, and some people like close it.
How do you mean close? Close what?
Just like you wrap it. Like I've seen some people like touch the middle. That's not as common, but some people do.
Is
that
that like
just to,
when you touch little Jesus because he's always in the middle of those things?
What?
He's always in the middle of those things.
The cross.
On the cross.
Yeah.
No,
He's always in the middle.
no,
you know?
it's Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And then
Well, yeah, but why?
I get what you're saying, but I don't think it's correlated.
Okay.
Speaking of Jesus on the cross, I saw a lot of live crucifixions on TikTok over the weekend, and I
What?
forgot it was Easter. Not like real, like pretend.
They did the that's stigmata.
What?
Did they do stigmata?
I don't know what that means, but
What's stigmata?
I think stigmata is when they pierce your hand. I don't know. Maybe. You know what?
oh
this
no,
is not
no,
for me.
this was like a performance, like a street performance, and it was like a man on a wooden cross, like on the floor with blood, fake blood, I assume. And I was like, it's actually really funny because I forgot it was Easter.
Oh, you were just like, what's going
And I'm like
Whoa.
scrolling, and I saw like 3, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on this weekend?
America's
Like,
taking a rough turn.
Jeff,
Like,
there's
what
a
is
lot
my
of
algorithm?
Jeff, there's like a lot of crucifixions going on TikTok. Like, that's crazy. And he's like, well, it is Easter.
Ding, 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 ding.
That'll do it.
I also said the absolute worst thing ever this weekend. Jeff said something and I meant to say, oh, fiddlesticks. And then I meant to say, oh, Jesus also. And I combined the two.
Oh,
and
Jesus
I said,
sticks?
oh, fiddle me, Jesus.
Why does that sound like something that, like... It sounds like something like evangelical kids
Like
are
the
taught
Duggars
to say.
would say.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
It is the worst thing I may have ever said.
It's pretty bad.
And I said it on Easter.
At least you got, like, fiddle right.
He was back and you were excited.
I combined the two in the worst possible way.
It was hard on the ears.
So Jeff has not stopped saying fiddle me, Jesus. to me.
Should we get t-shirts? Fiddle me, Jesus.
No.
Please, no, we're not baptized. We can't.
Oh, yeah, no, we can't.
Yeah, you guys can't be testing those waters like
we
that.
can't poke the
Follow
bear.
us. Follow us.
I've got more room to sin.
Do you?
I think so. I've got a long history with the church.
Oh, fuck. You can find us at somethingferalpod at Gmail on TikTok. Follow us. Not begging. Something
I don't care if you do.
Yeah, it was fine, whatever. Something Feral FTN on Instagram. And we have video on Spotify and YouTube, so watch us because you'll want to see this.
Yeah, this was a rough one.
A rough one. Will we recover? Yeah. I'll have to get feral. See you next week.
Fuck.
Wow.